Today we're examining a further 18 approved miracles of Lourdes. These are the most thoroughly documented miraculous healings in history. Lourdes miracles, number 19 through 36. These cases span from 1892 to 1908 and include some of the most medically impossible recoveries ever verified by the Catholic Church. From a nun who began healing on a train, to a priest too humble to ask for a cure, to a teenager who declared, "I am healed." These are their stories. For more details, click on the description for our articles of approved miracles and check out the playlist on Our Lady of Lourdes series. Our journey begins with Sister Marie of the Presentation, a Franciscan nun from Lille who suffered from chronic tubercular gastroenteritis for 12 grueling years. By 1892, Professor Lavrande described her condition as absolute starvation that would undoubtedly end in death. But here's what makes this case extraordinary. Her healing began during the 2-day train journey to Lourdes. She started eating small amounts of food for the first time in months. Upon reaching the Rosary Basilica, she experienced stomach pains worse than ever before, followed by complete cure. She remained healthy for 16 years before her case was officially recognized in 1908. Father Cirette contracted influenza in 1892 that triggered severe nervous disorders. He couldn't walk without assistance, suffered mental confusion, and had speech difficulties. When he arrived at Lourdes in 1893, this humble priest initially refused to visit the baths, saying he did not want to take up a place of another sick pilgrim who might obtain a cure. On August 31st, he felt an overwhelming urge to visit the grotto. As he set out, he suddenly realized he no longer needed his walking sticks. His cure was complete, instantaneous, and unexpected. He resumed all his priestly duties and was officially recognized as miraculous in 1907. 26-year-old Aurélie Huprel suffered from cavitating pulmonary tuberculosis, essentially a death sentence in 1895. Her physicians strongly advised against travel to Lourdes, considering the journey far too dangerous. Despite medical warnings, she joined the national pilgrimage. Upon immersion in the sacred waters on August 21st, 1895, she felt so much better and considered herself radically cured. 13 years later, X-rays showed evidence of old tuberculous foci, confirming both her previous illness and her sustained healing. Her case was declared miraculous in 1908. 15-year-old Esther Brachmann, described as having an angel's face, suffered from tuberculosis causing a monstrous swelling of her abdomen. She arrived at Lourdes in a wheelchair, one of 12 to 15 companions from a hospice for those dying of tuberculosis. On August 21st, 1896, after immersion in the sacred waters, she emerged completely transformed. The swelling vanished, her pain ceased, and she declared with certainty, "I am healed." That same afternoon, she participated in pilgrimage activities. The next morning, she completed the Stations of the Cross up Calvary, a stark contrast to arriving unable to walk. 20-year-old Jean Talazen suffered from tuberculous peritonitis that destroyed 2 to 3 vertebrae, causing marked spinal curvature, bone abscesses, and muscular atrophy. She had to be transported to Lourdes in a wicker basket. Her healing came during a Blessed Sacrament procession on September 8, 1897, remarkably her 20th birthday. As her own bishop carried the monstrance containing the body of Christ past her, she experienced sudden, complete cure. This connection between Eucharistic presence and physical healing was officially recognized in 1907. Clementine Malot battled pulmonary tuberculosis with hemoptysis coughing up blood from age 20. Her condition was considered terminal when she made her pilgrimage in August 1898. Unlike many instantaneous cures, her healing was gradual. She felt little change after her first immersion, but after her second bath the following day, she experienced very marked improvement. During the 50th anniversary investigations, new X-ray examinations revealed vestiges of her original lesions, providing stronger evidence for both her original condition and her inexplicable recovery. Miracle 25. Mrs. Rose Francois. 36-year-old Rose Francois from Paris suffered from a severe arm abscess with gross fistula formation. In the pre-antibiotic era, such infections carried grave dangers of sepsis, permanent disability, or death. She visited Lourdes around August 20th, 1899, and experienced dramatic healing. After extensive examination and a 9-year waiting period to ensure permanence, her case was declared miraculous in 1908. Miracle 26. Reverend Father Salvatore. 39-year-old Capuchin friar Father Salvatore developed pulmonary tuberculosis in 1898, which progressed to tuberculous peritonitis by 1900. Physicians examining him the day before departure not only refused treatment, but actively opposed his pilgrimage, declaring his condition terminal. Upon immersion in the baths on June 25, 1900, he emerged completely transformed within minutes. That same evening, he ate with a hearty appetite and could sleep well again. The next morning, the medical bureau could find no sign at all of his former and formidable illness. His cure was declared instantaneous, radical, and definitive in 1908. Miracle 27. Sister Maximilian. 43-year-old Sister Maximilian from Marseille suffered from a hydatid cyst of the liver complicated by phlebitis for 15 years. She'd been completely bedridden for 5 years when she decided to risk the journey to Lourdes. On May 20th, 1901, after just minutes in the sacred waters, she emerged walking on her own. The swellings in both her abdomen and leg had completely vanished. Her physician, Dr. Rampal, later wrote, "I am bound to say in all sincerity that Sister Maximilian returned from Lourdes completely cured." Miracle 28. Marie Savoy, healed without the waters. 24-year-old Marie Savoy's case is unique because she was too frail to enter the baths. Suffering from rheumatic heart disease and weighing only 55 pounds, she was pale as a corpse and continuously coughing blood. Instead of the waters, her healing came during benediction of the Blessed Sacrament on September 20th, 1901. During this sacred ceremony, all symptoms vanished completely. Within months, she grew 10 centimeters taller and gained 35 kilograms. For 7 years, she devoted herself to caring for other sick pilgrims. 28-year-old Johanna Bezenac developed severe cachexia and facial lupus after pneumonia in 1901. The infection attacked her facial skin, spreading into her hair roots, causing not only physical suffering, but profound social isolation. Her healing occurred gradually, several stages, between the 8th and 9th of August 1904. Just 2 months later, her physician verified the absolute cure of her general condition and localized lesions. Her facial appearance was completely restored, allowing her to re-enter normal social life. 39-year-old Sister Saint Hilaire suffered from chronic gastroenteritis that developed into suspected intestinal carcinoma. Her weight dropped to just 42 kilos, with frequent blood in her stools and growing weakness. After her first immersion in August 1904, she felt immediately reinvigorated and her appetite returned. Within 3 months of her cure, she had gained 20 kilograms, bringing her weight to a healthy 62 kilos. She resumed a life of hard work, demonstrating the completeness of her recovery. 42-year-old Sister Saint Beatrix experienced something almost unheard of, a double healing. First, she was cured of laryngeal bronchitis with cachexia that had plagued her for years, leaving her coughing blood and pus. After her healing in August 1904, when she returned to Lourdes in 1905 to give thanks, she received a second unexpected cure. This time of visual disturbances that had troubled her for 15 years. The Church declared her cure sudden, complete and radical, and could not be explained by any natural cause. 16-year-old Marie-Thérèse Noblet suffered from Pott's disease, tuberculosis of the spine. She was completely immobile, encased in plaster and unable to walk. Her healing came during a Blessed Sacrament procession on August 31st, 1905. But here's the beautiful continuation. After experiencing mystical phenomena, she later became a missionary in Papua New Guinea, founding the first order of Aboriginal nuns, the Handmaids of the Lord. Her healing wasn't just for her, it was for the salvation of many souls. 19-year-old Cecile suffered from tubercular knee and peritonitis. For 5 years, physicians attempted treatment without success, eventually recommending surgery. Her healing came on September 21st, 1905, after immersion in the baths. But here's the extraordinary proof of her cure's permanence. Cecile celebrated her 100th birthday on December 26, 1985, eventually living past 105. Such longevity would have been unthinkable given her early terminal diagnosis. 30-year-old Antonia Moulin's story teaches us about divine timing. She first traveled to Lourdes in September 1905 with severe leg abscesses and returned home unchanged. For nearly 2 years, her condition worsened. Multiple abscesses formed, creating fistulae that discharged pus continuously. In August 1907, she made a second pilgrimage. The journey revealed her condition's severity. Fellow passengers noted the offensive odor from her wounds. On August 10th, after being carried to the baths, her wound had miraculously scarred over, and she could use her limb again. Her perseverance in faith was ultimately rewarded. 28-year-old Marie Burrell's case is medically extraordinary. After appendicitis surgery in 1903, multiple abscesses formed, creating 6 separate fistulae, 4 on her anterior abdominal wall, 2 on her posterior wall. For 5 months, all waste products exited through these fistulae rather than naturally. On August 21st, 1907, after visiting the baths, all 6 fistulae closed completely within 2 days. Her digestive system resumed normal function immediately. Medical experts maintain that such sudden closure without surgical intervention remains scientifically inexplicable. Our final case provides the longest follow-up in Lourdes history. 18-year-old Virginie Haudebourg suffered from renal tuberculosis, a fatal disease with no treatment in 1904. After her first pilgrimage in 1906 showed no improvement, she returned in 1908. During a blessing with the Blessed Sacrament, she experienced sudden, violent pain, followed by perfect peace. The next morning, urine tests returned normal. But here's the remarkable proof. Virginie returned to Lourdes on April 24, 1958, exactly 50 years later, still in perfect health with no relapse whatsoever. These 18 miracles, spanning from 1892 to 1908, represent some of the most thoroughly documented supernatural healings in history. From Sister Marie's healing that began on a train to Virginie's 50-year proof of permanence, each case underwent rigorous medical and church investigation lasting 3 to 16 years. What unites these diverse cases, young and old, religious and lay, instant and gradual, is their complete defiance of medical explanation and their permanent, life-transforming results. Whether through the sacred waters, during Eucharistic ceremonies, or simply at the grotto, these 18 souls experienced the impossible made manifest. In our next video, we'll continue with miracles 37 through to 54. Subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss the continuation of these extraordinary documented healings where the supernatural breaks through into our ordinary world.